Yeah, it sucks. I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, he's gone. He was just a huge failure. Yeah, I still have to pay him the money, I guess. God, jeez, that was terrible. That was just. And did you see his face? Yeah, he was laughing and just. God, I can't believe this just sucks. Uh huh. Yeah, let me call you back. I actually gotta record the podcast. Yeah, yeah, I know. I still gotta do it. The patrons are, yeah, the patrons still want me to do it. So I don't know what it's gonna be. Or this might. I guess this is the last one. Or I don't even care anymore. Yeah, we'll talk. I'll talk to you later. And thanks for showing up. And you know, all right, man. I'm gonna do the podcast now. Welcome to the new podcast. This is the new Beowulf's new fun and new podcast. It's totally different than the other one. Oh man, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. So we're just here. I guess I'm gonna do the podcast. Let's see, I got a voicemail.
Hey, guess
Oh
what?
my god.
Guess what?
Jesus.
Well, I think you probably know, since we were both in there together in the courtroom, how it went. And I just want to say congratulations to me. That's right, I won. I am the champion. Give me all that money. Give me all that podcast money, all that sweet podcast money. This is Big Jim, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, so I hope everything's going well.
It's not.
Considering.
It's going
Lost
bad.
the lawsuit. And I won. And I hope the episode goes great today. Love you guys.
That's kind of weird. I should have blocked his number or something. He still sent me a voicemail. So, I don't know. It's the new podcast. New and improved, episode 1, I guess. He won the big court case. I guess I should probably get into, maybe I don't have my music. I don't have anything. I had to give up my hard drive. See if I can get that back. Re-download my sound drops. We got some royalty. I guess I'll just see if I can pull up some royalty-free music. Actually, this is kind of cool. This guy added me to a list. Anyone ever been added to a list on Twitter? This person added me to a list called Twitch streamers. You have my permission to stream my beats on Twitch. So I hope that counts for podcasts too, because we'll be in big trouble if this guy wants to sue me. Matt Shern Beats on Spotify. Check it out. This is our new music. And it's happy and welcome to the new podcast. The new and improved Beowulf's Life is Hell and Absolutely Sucks podcast. Thanks for tuning in. This is probably the first and last episode. We've had a good run, haven't we? But now it's come to an end. So we still have to do one last episode. Big Jim won the case. We looked like a complete fool up there. My lawyer is a joke, is a clown. Buford Snively is gone. We're not associating with him anymore. He's been fired. His case, he was just did not do a good job up there. somehow, also Big Jim, I don't know where he got this guy, but his legal team he had at least 3 or 4 of these guys in suits, some high-powered attorneys from New Orleans that I wikied them later. Some corporate attorneys. It appears some of their previous clients have been Raytheon and Blackwater and some of these other big corporations and stuff. So I don't know how he landed such high-powered representation. What else? I mean, we had the contract. Apparently Buford had the wrong documents, and so when we looked in the evidence file, there was a new contract that had all this information and it had my signature on it. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know how we got the wrong contract or what happened. Some strange things. But anyway, he brought some various witnesses up to the stand to testify against me, and I wasn't able to get some of my witnesses in. Of course, I don't associate with a lot of those people anymore, so maybe they could have helped me, like Jeremy or Kreb or some of these people could have been a good character witness for me, but they were not there. And I guess that's sort of a lesson that I've learned is you kind of want to keep those people around. Something about burning bridges is, I'm sure there's a quote it's an inspirational quote, but a big lesson to learn there is don't go around burning your bridges. Don't go chasing waterfalls, and don't burn those bridges down. Keep in contact with the people that can vouch for you when the time comes that you're getting sued by your former podcast boss. And man, if I could go back, I would just pay him whatever money. He could take all the Patreon money. I would empty out my bank accounts if I could just have my podcast back. But we're starting over. Thankfully, we have some free music from this guy who added me to Twitter. And so that's good. And I don't know, we don't have our segments, we don't have any of that. We're going to try not to make sure that we don't run afoul legally. But I guess we'll do a segment. This is a segment. It's news. It's a news segment. The latest news. And this is kind of weird. And I'd love to be able to do. Look, I would love to be able to do the cool stuff that we do on the show, the different segments that we do about podcasts and contests, and some of the new segments that we've been doing. People have been reaching out and talking about how much they really like those, and it just makes me feel so good to know that, and then to think that I can't do those segments anymore really is like a part of my heart is missing, that I can't listen to any weird podcasts today, but we can talk about news. So, because news is just, you can't copyright the news. And maybe I should get into more legal type stuff. It should become a legal podcast about our fight. We're going to fight back. We're doing an appeal. I don't have a lawyer yet, but I've been getting some good advice from my intern, which is who I was talking to. So anyways, we will be back, and I guess I should do at least one segment. This will be a short episode, I guess. Pilot reports guy in a jetpack 3,000 feet over Los Angeles. What? It's crazy.
Now to that mysterious scare in the sky after multiple pilots, and this is not a joke, reported a frightening close call with a person flying in a jetpack. Our transportation correspondent Gio Benitez joins us now with the latest on the investigation.
Gio, good morning. That's crazy.
Hey, Tom, good morning to you. Even the control tower at LAX was shocked to learn about this.
What?
Now we're hearing from the pilots themselves as they pass
Holy
someone
crap.
wearing a jetpack.
I don't have my sound drops
3,000
either,
feet.
so I'm going to have to make those. What? The buzz was there. And his jetpack.
And more
That's
recently,
funny.
we've seen jetpacks in action flying around the Statue of
Whoa,
Liberty.
this guy's in a
But now,
jetpack. Holy
airline
crap.
pilots in California
So they have
reporting a mystery.
Jetpacks are a thing, I guess. And we've been talking a lot about movies, but there's a famous movie about a superhero guy who had a jetpack. And it looks like Big Jim just keeps calling me. He left another voicemail.
You know, I might sue you again just for the hell of it. I mean, I don't know. It's
Come
easy.
on.
It's easy to win these lawsuits. It's easy. Yeah. This is Big Jim, by the way.
It's so easy. It's easy when you have these high-powered attorneys. I got to figure out, where do these attorney guys come from? There's a lot of stuff I need to figure out. How am I going to... I'm going to do a podcast, but I got to figure out what kind of podcast I'm going to do. Maybe that could be another segment. I'm going to get back to these jetpacks. This is kind of cheering me up. What was I getting to about a movie about a guy in a jetpack? The Rocketeer. It's kind of a fun movie. And it used to be a comic book or something. The Rocketeer. That was a cool movie about a guy in a jetpack. Speaking of movies, and maybe this could be the next the segment where I just talk about what if a movie did this, something different. Jennifer Connelly was in that one. So let's get to the segment we were talking about, jetpacks or something.
In the Los Angeles skies, multiple pilots approaching LAX Sunday night say they saw an unbelievable hazard in the sky.
Unbelievable.
We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
Don't hear that every day.
It's a freaking alien.
Moments
probably.
after the American Airlines pilot spotted the high-flying intruder, a JetBlue pilot crosses his path too.
You know, we just saw the guy pass by us.
A person in a jetpack reported 300 yards south of the LA final at about 3,000 feet.
Thankfully, there were no collisions and everyone is okay.
Only in LA.
Only in LA. And we're told for now this is apparently being treated like a drone sighting because it's just so unprecedented. The LAPD was told about this, but they have not located this guy on a jetpack.
Whoa, that's funny. It's like it's the Rocketeer. Something from maybe he's the hero that we need. The jetpack man, flying at 3,000 feet, a guy in a jetpack. Hey, to our American 1997, we just passed a guy in a jetpack, the pilot said in the recording. He's flying about 3,000 feet. Whoa. He came within 300 yards of the plane. And that's about 3 football fields, so I wouldn't worry about that. The Federal Aviation Administration said the investigation into the incident has been turned over to the LAPD. Man, the jetpack man. We gotta see, maybe we'll figure out that was actually an alien or something. Let's see. What are some other news stuff? Man aims to see Tenet 120 times for the Guinness record. That's kind of cool. Dog rescued in Wales. New York State man breaks one-handed clapping record. That's kind of interesting. Now let's see what this one is. Oh, wait a second. What the hell is this? I'm getting a call.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Samurai Kid. You're listening to The Dojo, and we have another awesome episode for you guys today. We've got a super special guest, and I know people are going to be really excited about hearing from this guy. So stick around.
What is happening?
Can you hold on just 1 second? I'm still doing the intro. Hold on. We've got a really, really great episode for you guys today. So let's just do a quick ad read from our sponsor. Are you tired of seeing the news of what the Cheeto-in-Chief is doing to the U.S. Postal Service? Here at the Samurai Nation Podcast Network, we'd like to salute the postal workers out there who bring us the mail no matter what the weather is doing outside. That's why, right now, all the proceeds from merchandise sold on the Nation Podcast Network swag store will be donated to the U.S. Postal Service. Let's keep our great postal workers in business by buying some of the coolest samurai swag out there. Thanks, Postal Service, and thanks to Samurai Nation. Alright guys, let's get back into it. We have a great guest today. He's a super, super cool podcaster. He's been at the top of the podcasting charts these last few weeks with his podcast. Of course, you know it. It's called The Cool Podcast. Samurai Nation is going crazy for The Cool Podcast right now, and we are really excited to have him on here. Let's welcome into our special guest, Beowulf. Hey, what's up, Beowulf?
What? Hey, what's up, Samurai Kid? Wow, I didn't realize we were doing this. Sorry, this is
That's cool. Hey, for you guys that don't know The Cool Podcast, it's the show where they do a lot of ironic and satirical humor. I'm not super familiar with that, but I'll just try to yes and, as they say in the improv comedy world, just to help keep things moving along. So yeah, your podcast is really awesome, but I know things right now are getting kind of crazy with this guy Big Jim Fridge. So tell us just what the heck is going on with that.
Whoa, yeah. I mean, thanks for saying you like the show. That's cool. Yeah, it's not going good. It was kind of the first thing. We actually we had a big case this morning, and we didn't win the case. We lost the case, actually, to Big Jim. So I'm kind of not feeling good from that. I just got out of court, so it's sort of like my whole stuff has just gone crumbling around me. It's just kind of sucks.
Oh, dang, man, that really stinks. So for people who don't know who Big Jim is, he's this guy, he's been harassing me on Twitter quite a lot, which now I'm kind of wondering, is he even a real guy, or is it Beowulf doing a bit? And that's like actually a comedy routine is what that means. So he did say some pretty nasty stuff to me online, so I can't say I'm much of a fan of this guy, Big Jim Fridge.
I mean, yeah, well, he's real. He's very real. And he's not a nice guy, actually. The judge ruled in his favor, and when he called out that Big Jim, he jumped up on the table, he started hooting and hollering and clapping and screaming, saying all kinds of stuff. And the bailiff actually had to restrain him, and it was a whole scene. The judge was even going to kick him out of the court or whatever, but it was just crazy.
Crap, man, that's really wild. Well, anyway, let's talk about some good news for a change. It's been really great for me as a podcast entrepreneur and podcast leader to see how people are really embracing The Cool Podcast. It's reached the top of our podcasting charts, and everyone is getting so invested in these storylines. You've really created a compelling fictional universe for the fans. It's so awesome to see. People are on Twitter coming up with all kinds of theories about what's going to happen next. So tell us a little bit about the process of coming up with this stuff.
Oh, man. Well, the process it's kind of just you let things happen as they come or something. Can we circle around back to the thing about we said that I'm at the top of the podcasting charts? Can you? Yeah, I'm gonna just flip it around.
Sure.
The interview. Can I just
for sure? Yeah, man. So the podcasting charts that we have going live on the Samurai Nation Podcast Network website, I know you've probably been seeing them as you log into your podcasting dashboard, but the listeners are so hugely invested. I think it was a couple episodes ago that it really hit the front page, and that's kind of something that we do on the network is we take a podcast and we put it on the front page for everyone to see. So a lot of people that have been listening to other stuff like Krebs podcast or the one from Paradox, or we have so many cool podcasts these days, including yours. People see that and they're like, oh crap, what is this? I'm going to have to investigate. And so many people were coming to that front page and seeing The Cool Podcast, and then they just got hooked and people couldn't stop listening. So we've had at least 200, 300 views a day for The Cool Podcast. And that's how it's really blown up on the network.
Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, and shout out to the Samurai Nation for helping me get a lot of views.
For sure.
And it's great that everyone's, I guess, listening to the show.
Totally.
Sort of, for me, when it comes to podcasting, I have sort of like a tunnel vision where I just get in there, I do podcasting, and so I don't pay attention to a lot of this stuff going on around it. So it's cool that Samurai Nation's there to checking it out.
Yeah, for sure. We have some really great listeners. So let's get back into some of these storylines, because that's one of the things that our fans have been talking on social media all about. There's so many things that have happened with the network. So could you just kind of explain what happened and how you got to where you were?
Sure. So we left the Samurai Nation podcast network, and it was all a big bit that for laughs that we did, and we joined up with, for some reason, Big Jim Nation podcast network, and it was all made up that I was so mad at Jeremy, and that I didn't want to be on the network anymore, and that I felt so disrespected. And of course, I knew all along Samurai Nation was gonna come through and support me and all that. So that's kind of, we joined the Big Jim, and he turned out to be a big bad guy, and he's really screwed us over, and he really did that part, actually.
Yeah, that's awesome. So hold on, let me just get into this yes-anding improv mode. So you were like so mad at the network that you decided to leave, and that's such a crazy thing to do, and that's why it makes it such a funny, weird, like meta storyline that you've came up with, that you would want to leave the network. But I think it gives the fans a little bit of a spoof of kind of what happens behind the scenes stuff in podcasting. First, of course, I was like kind of confused when I first heard that episode, actually. And then Jeremy told me all about the backstory. He gave me all the info, and I have to say, it's like so genius and smart, and actually really refreshing what you've done with podcasting. How you've made these storylines that kind of give people a sense of like who is there behind the scenes. Like me, you kind of like portrayed me as like a bad guy, sort of, when actually people know, and people say that I'm really great, and people know that. But it's kind of cool how you can do that and make for some really cool podcasting storylines and stuff,
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's all, that's what we came up with. It's a big story. It's made up. Of course, we love you over there at Cool Podcast, Samurai Kid. We love it. It's all made up. It's a big joke. None of it's real. And
For sure,
Jeremy,
man.
of course, we love him.
Yeah.
He was in on the joke too, I think. Anyway, speaking of him, I really need to get in touch with him. Actually, I haven't talked to him in a while. Could you send me his phone number? Maybe when we get off the call here, or maybe he can send it over to me. I should just
For sure.
need to check
in
man with him about some business stuff. With the network, the business is booming.
Yeah, for sure. That totally, man. This is hilarious stuff that he does here. It's so funny, especially the part where you don't know who Jeremy is. That's like just really cracking me up, man.
Oh wow, thanks, man. Yeah, this is really cool. It's actually really cool. Getting to talk to you finally. I mean, I had hoped to have you on the podcast at some point.
Oh, for sure, man. Samurai Nation has been wanting me to interview for so long, so I was like, what the heck? Yeah, let's go ahead, and we want to hear from this guy, totally.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so the fans really wanted it. That's so cool. Did you want? I mean, were you?
Yeah, man, it's for sure. It's been so great having you on the Dojo, Beowulf. The fans really love what you do over there at the Cool Podcast.
Oh, that's great. Again, you said the fans, but I'm curious. Like, what do you think of the podcast? What do you think of me personally, or what do you?
Oh man, I love the podcast. It's so great. I really can't wait to see how this whole storyline gets resolved. I mean, heck, for all I know, this interview might even be part of it, man. That's just crazy to think about.
Actually, it is. Yeah, you called while I was recording, so I hope that's cool that I'm doing this.
Totally, man. Look, I love how you've promoted my show and the Samurai Nation Podcast Network from the very beginning. You've been one of our biggest supporters, and now it's so cool to see you finally getting up to the top. All right. It's been great talking to you, but we'll have to check you later. So shout out to Samurai Nation. Keep on slicing and dicing, and we'll see you on the flip side. Bye, Beowulf.
Okay, bye. Bye. What the hell was that?
Is this what is happening? I'm so confused right now. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. I need to talk to Jeremy. I need to check. I need to get into the emails right now. Oh, that's insane. I don't know what is happening anymore. I probably shouldn't have blocked him on the emails and social media and his phone number. I don't even have his phone number anymore. So I'm going to have to, maybe I can still DM Kreb and see if I can get his info. But this is a new development, that's for sure. I've got to get to the bottom of this. I don't know what is real anymore. I don't know what to do, but it sounds like let me just go. Actually, never have even been to the Samurai Nation Podcast Network.com, checking out. They said we were at the top of the charts, and it looks like, whoa, holy crap. I don't see the podcasting charts, but we're on the front page of Samurai Nation Podcast Network.com. The Cool Podcast is number 1. And there's all kinds of comments. People here saying, we love it. This is great. Hilarious podcast. Shout out to Samurai Nation. Big Jim Nation. Big Jim is a clown. We support Beowulf all the way. Drop the case, which is the hashtag we came up with. It's kind of weird. I guess no one's come over to the Patreon to follow me there. I feel like that's where I would know how this has all played out. So that's kind of odd, but it sounds like people are loving the podcast somehow. And I don't know how we got to the top of the charts because we left the Samurai Nation, so that doesn't even make sense. Wow, this is crazy. I've got to get in touch with Jeremy. I think he's been doing something behind the scenes because I told him, I said, we're leaving. We're not doing the podcast on the network. We're done. This is over. In so many words, I did say that to him. And I guess somehow he made us go to the top of the charts, and we didn't even know about it because we're not concerned with that. I sort of left it in the rear view mirror, so to speak. So I wasn't aware that any of this stuff was going on. And now I'm still not sure if this is real or not, but that's definitely interesting. That is interesting. Wow, that's pretty cool though. We got to talk to Samurai Kid. Love that guy. Man, this is insane. I went from maybe feeling the worst I've ever felt in my whole entire life. The things were crumbling around me in a crazy way. And to now feel like I basically got to talk to someone that I respect and look up to, and the Samurai Kid. And now we know he's listening, so shout out to Samurai Nation. Yay. That's pretty cool. Wow. I don't even know what to say. My mind is blown. Oh man. Well, I should probably get in touch with Jeremy. This might have to be a short episode today, but shout out to Samurai Nation. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for supporting us through this crazy time against Big Jim. And he's going to lose because we have Samurai Nation behind us. We're going to figure out how to get out of this mess. And thanks for listening. Ooh, man. Man, it's just crazy. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on the Cool Podcast. Or on the podcast. I don't even know if we can call it that anymore. But thanks for listening. We lost the case, but we are number 1 on the network, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Let's see. Jeremy's, I still don't have his number yet. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Have you heard about this? We're on the network still. What's going on? Do you have Jeremy's number? Can you please get me his number? I really need to talk to him. Yeah. How did you knew that we were, why didn't you tell me we were still on the network? I wouldn't have, yeah. And he said to do that? Okay. Well, I would have liked to have known that. So we didn't have to even go through this court case. Yeah. I mean, it is, you're right, it's good podcasting. It really is. It's some of the best. Yeah. I mean, this is some of the best we've ever done, but at what cost, I guess, is the question. I feel insane. I don't really, yeah. So can you set a conference for, yeah, let's do that. Can you set up a Zoom call with Jeremy, please, as soon as you can, figure out what's going on, and see, yeah, let's see if we can get some money too from this. Not getting it, but I have been getting checks. What? How much? Holy shit. Okay, alright, I'll talk to you later. Okay.